Quick like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. You know what's worse than catching your wife in a lie? Having her own sister accidentally expose it. Not intentionally, just by showing up at your door looking for her, completely unaware she's supposed to be at her house. Two sisters who talk every day, supposedly spending the afternoon together, except one has no idea where the other actually is. My wife told me she was spending Saturday afternoon at her sister's house. Just hanging out, catching up. I'll be back by 6. At 3:30 p.m., her sister knocked on our door, asking if my wife was home. Said they were supposed to have lunch, but she never showed up. Wasn't answering her phone. Was everything okay? That's when I realized my wife had told both of us she'd be with the other person. Told me she was at her sister's. Told her sister she was with me running errands. 2 alibis. 2 lies. One affair she thought she'd covered perfectly, until her sister and I compared notes and realized neither of us knew where she actually was. My name is Marcus. I'm 39 years old, and I work as an audit manager for a financial services firm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I spend my days reconciling accounts, identifying discrepancies, and recognizing when numbers don't match across different sources. I understand cross-referencing, verification, and what it means when 2 sources give conflicting information about the same event. When my wife's sister showed up looking for her while my wife was supposedly at her sister's house, that was a discrepancy I couldn't ignore. I met Vanessa 10 years ago at a friend's wedding in downtown Charlotte. She was working as a dental office manager, warm and family-oriented in ways I appreciated. I was the numbers guy, analytical and reserved. She had a close relationship with her younger sister Bailey, which I loved. Family mattered to both of us. We got married 9 years ago. Bought a house in the Myers Park neighborhood, a traditional home with a big backyard and a front porch. Vanessa continued managing the dental practice. I advanced to senior audit manager. Combined income around $180,000. We were stable, comfortable, building our life together. For 8 years, everything was predictable. Vanessa and Bailey were incredibly close. Talked on the phone almost daily, had lunch together at least once a week, were genuinely each other's best friends. I love that about Vanessa. Her family loyalty was one of the things that attracted me to her. Then about 4 months ago, Vanessa's schedule started becoming less transparent. She'd always been very communicative about her plans. Going to Bailey's for dinner Tuesday. Meeting Bailey for lunch on Saturday. Bailey and I are going shopping Sunday afternoon. But 4 months ago, those specific details became vaguer. I'll be out Saturday afternoon. Going to see Bailey. Meeting up with my sister. When, where, how long. Those details started disappearing from her updates. Her phone behavior changed too. More protective, more private. She'd take calls in other rooms, keep her phone face down, angle away when texting. The physical intimacy between us had decreased. We'd gone from regular connection to occasional to rare. Just tired lately, she'd say. Work has been stressful. I also noticed she'd started dressing more carefully even for casual outings. Taking longer to get ready. More attention to makeup and hair. But I didn't question it too much because she was supposedly spending time with Bailey. Her sister. What could be safer or more innocent than that? Last Saturday morning, Vanessa mentioned her plans for the day. I'm going to Bailey's this afternoon. Just going to hang out, watch movies, catch up. I'll probably be back around 6. Sound good? Tell Bailey I said hi. I will. She left around 1 p.m., dressed nicely, jeans and a nice top, hairstyled, makeup done. A bit more effort than usual for just hanging out with her sister, but I didn't think much of it. I spent the afternoon working on yard projects. Trimmed the hedges, cleaned the gutters, organized the garage. Normal Saturday tasks. At 3:30 p.m., the doorbell rang. I opened the door to find Bailey standing there, looking concerned. Hey Marcus, is Vanessa home? I was confused. No, she's at your place. She left around 1 to come see you. Bailey's face showed complete confusion. What? No, we were supposed to have lunch at noon, but she never showed up. I've been calling her for the past 2 hours, and she's not answering. I got worried and came here to check if everything's okay. I felt something cold settle in my chest. Vanessa left here at 1 p.m. She specifically said she was going to her house to hang out and watch movies. I haven't heard from her since Wednesday, when we talked on the phone. We didn't have plans for today. I texted her this morning asking if she wanted to do lunch, and she said she couldn't, that she was busy running errands with you. Running errands with me? That's what she told me. She said you two were going to Home Depot and then doing some shopping. That's why I was surprised when you answered the door. I thought you'd both be out. I pulled out my phone, checked Vanessa's text to me from this morning. Going to Bailey's this afternoon. Back by 6. Bailey, can I see what Vanessa texted you this morning? She pulled out her phone and showed me. The message from Vanessa at 10:47 a.m. read, "Can't do lunch today. Marcus and I are running errands all afternoon. Maybe next weekend." I stared at the two messages. To me, going to Bailey's. To Bailey, running errands with Marcus. Two different alibis. Two different stories. Both lies. Marcus, what's going on? Bailey looked genuinely worried now. I think Vanessa lied to both of us about where she'd be today. Why would she do that? Because she's somewhere she doesn't want either of us to know about. I called Vanessa's phone. It rang 4 times, then went to voicemail. Called again. Same result. She's not answering for me either, Bailey said. I've called like 10 times in the past 2 hours. I opened the Find My app on my phone. Vanessa and I had always shared our locations with each other. For safety, for convenience, normal married couple reasons. Her location showed she was at an address in South Charlotte. I didn't recognize it. I showed Bailey the map. Does this address mean anything to you? She looked at it and shook her head. No idea where that is. I plugged the address into Google Maps. It was a residential area. Apartment complex called Riverside Commons. Why would she be in an apartment complex? Bailey asked. I don't know. But she told me she was at your house and told you she was with me. She's actually at neither place. I grabbed my keys. I'm going there. I'm coming with you, Bailey said firmly. We drove to the address in South Charlotte. 15-minute drive. Neither of us spoke much. We were both processing what this meant. Vanessa had lied to both of us. Used each of us as an alibi to the other. Was somewhere she'd deliberately hidden from both her husband and her sister. We pulled into the Riverside Commons apartment complex. Found Vanessa's car parked in the visitor lot. Definitely her car. I recognized the dent in the rear bumper from when she'd backed into a pole last year. That's her car, I said. Bailey looked pale. What do? We wait. See who she comes out with. We parked 3 spaces away. Sat in my car. Waited. At 4:15 p.m., we saw Vanessa emerge from one of the apartment buildings. She wasn't alone. A man was with her. Mid-30s, athletic build, laughing at something she'd said. They stopped next to her car. He pulled her close. They kissed. Not a friendly peck. A long, intimate kiss. Then Vanessa got in her car and drove away. The man waved, then walked back into the apartment building. Bailey was crying in my passenger seat. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's why she's been lying. She's cheating on you. I felt eerily calm. The audit manager part of my brain had already reconciled the discrepancy. The numbers finally matched. 2 different alibis meant hidden activity. Hidden activity with lies to family men affair. The data was consistent now. How long do you think this has been going on? Bailey asked through tears. Based on when her behavior changed? About 4 months. 4 months of lying to both of us. Using me as her cover story. Making me part of her lies without even knowing it. She told me she was with you. Told you she was with me. That way neither of us would question her or check with the other. It was a perfect system. Until I actually showed up at your house looking for her. Exactly. She didn't account for the one variable she couldn't control. Us actually talking to each other. I drove Bailey back to our house. She was still crying. Still processing that her sister had been using her as alibi for an affair. Are you going to confront her? Bailey asked as she got out of my car. Yes. When she gets home. Are you okay to drive home? I think so. Marcus, I'm so sorry. I had no idea she was doing this. I know you didn't. This isn't your fault. Will you let me know what happens? I will. She drove away. I went inside and waited. Vanessa came home at 6:05 p.m., right on schedule. She walked in looking relaxed, carrying her purse, smiling. Hey, how was your afternoon? She asked cheerfully. Interesting. How was Bailey's? Good. We just hung out, watched a movie. Nothing exciting. Which movie? Oh, that new romantic comedy she'd been wanting to see. It was okay. What's it called? I don't remember the exact title. Some generic rom-com. I stood up from the couch. Vanessa, Bailey came here looking for you at 3:30. Her face went pale. What? Your sister came to our house at 3:30 this afternoon asking if you were home. Said you were supposed to have lunch with her, but never showed up. Said you weren't answering her calls. She was worried about you. I told her I couldn't do lunch. You told her you were running errands with me all afternoon. So when she showed up here, she was surprised to find me home alone. Vanessa's hands were shaking. I can explain. You told me you were going to Bailey's. You told Bailey you were running errands with me. You were actually in an apartment complex in South Charlotte, at Riverside Commons. How did you? I checked your location. Then Bailey and I drove there. We saw your car in the parking lot. We waited. Marcus, please. We saw you come out of the building at 4:15. With a man. We saw you kiss him before getting in your car. She sank into a chair, crying. How long have you been seeing him? For months. And how many times have you used Bailey as your alibi? I don't know. A lot. How many times have you used me as your alibi to Bailey? Probably just as many. So for 4 months, you've been telling me you're with your sister and telling your sister you're with me, when you've actually been with your boyfriend. I didn't know what else to do. You could have been honest. You could have asked for a divorce. You could have not had an affair in the first place. Those were all options that didn't involve using your sister and your husband as reciprocal alibis. I'm sorry. Who is he? His name is Derek. He's a rep for a dental supply company. We met through work. And you've been seeing him for 4 months while lying to me and using Bailey to cover for you. Yes. Does Bailey know you've been using her? No. She had no idea. She does now. She's devastated. Not just that you've been cheating, but that you've been making her part of your lies without her consent. You damaged your relationship with your sister to hide an affair. I never meant to hurt her. But you did. And you hurt me. And you did it deliberately, methodically, for 4 months. I pulled out divorce papers I'd already had prepared. I called my attorney from the car on the way home from the apartment complex. I'm filing for divorce. You'll be served officially on Monday, but I wanted you to see these now. You already called a lawyer? While driving back from watching you kiss your boyfriend? Yes. We can try counseling. No. You've been systematically lying to me and your sister for 4 months, using us as alibis against each other. That's calculated deception, not a mistake. I'm done. Where am I supposed to go? Go to Derek's apartment. You've apparently been spending plenty of time there already. Make it official. Marcus, please. Get out. Pack a bag tonight. Come back tomorrow when I'm not here to get the rest. But you're not staying in this house tonight. She packed while crying. Left around 8 p.m. I called Bailey to update her. How did it go? She admitted everything. 4-month affair with a dental supply rep named Derek. Admitted she's been using you as an alibi to me and me as an alibi to you. Bailey was quiet for a moment. I feel so stupid. All those times she said she couldn't meet up because she was with you. Or cut our lunch short saying you needed her. She was lying. Using our relationship as a cover. It's not your fault. She manipulated both of us. I'm so angry at her. Not just for cheating on you, but for using me. For making me part of her lies. For ruining our trust. I understand. You have every right to be angry. Are you divorcing her? Papers were drawn up this afternoon. She'll be served Monday. Good. I know she's my sister, but what she did is unforgivable. To both of us. The divorce moved forward quickly. Vanessa tried to argue she deserved half of everything. My attorney presented the evidence. Vanessa's text to me, saying she'd be at Bailey's. Bailey's text from Vanessa, saying she'd be with me. Location data, showing she was actually at Derek's apartment. Photos of her kissing Derek in the parking lot. Mrs. Marcus conducted a systematic deception, my attorney argued. She used her husband and her sister as reciprocal alibis, lying to each about where she was. This demonstrates calculated dishonesty over an extended period. We settled after 6 weeks. I kept the house. I'd paid the entire down payment from premarital savings. Vanessa got 30% of joint accounts. No spousal support. 9 years of marriage ended because her sister showed up looking for her while she was supposedly at her sister's house. I heard what happened after. Derek didn't want Vanessa moving in with him. He'd enjoyed the affair, but wasn't ready for a real relationship with someone who'd just gotten divorced because of him. He ended things within 3 weeks. Vanessa tried to reconcile with Bailey, but Bailey refused. Said she couldn't trust someone who'd used her as an affair alibi for months. Their relationship remained fractured. Bailey would send me occasional updates. Vanessa had moved to a different city, gotten a new job, was trying to rebuild her life. About a year later, I met someone at a work conference. Her name was Christine, internal auditor for a healthcare company. Understood data verification. Appreciated honesty. On our third date, She asked about my divorce. My ex-wife was having an affair. She told me she was spending afternoons at her sister's house. Told her sister she was with me running errands. Her sister showed up at my door looking for her, and we realized she'd lied to both of us. Christine's eyes widened. She used you and her sister as alibi. For 4 months. Told me she was with Bailey. Told Bailey she was with me. Was actually at her boyfriend's apartment. We only found out when Bailey came looking for her, while she was supposedly at Bailey's house. Her own sister exposed her. Accidentally. Bailey had no idea she was being used as a cover story. When she showed up and I said Vanessa was at her house, and she said Vanessa was supposed to be with me, we both realized something was wrong. What did you do? Checked her location. Found her at an apartment complex. Bailey and I drove there together. Watched her come out with her boyfriend. Watched them kiss. Then I came home and confronted her when she got back. That must have been devastating for her sister too. It was. Bailey felt betrayed that Vanessa had used their relationship as cover for an affair. They're still not speaking. We've been together 9 months. Christine doesn't use other people as alibis. She just tells the truth about where she's going. Simple. Honest. No cross-referencing required. My wife claimed she was at her sister's house. Her sister was at our house looking for her. 2 alibis. 2 lies. 1 affair. Exposed because the 2 people she was using to cover for each other finally talked. She told me. At Bailey's house. She told Bailey. Running errands with Marcus. She was actually at Derek's apartment. The perfect system. Each of us thinking she was with the other. No reason for either of us to question it. Until Bailey showed up looking for her. Until we compared notes. Until we realized neither of us knew where she actually was. And that's when 4 months of careful deception collapsed in a single conversation. Because she couldn't control when her sister decided to drop by. Couldn't control us actually talking to each other. Couldn't account for the one variable that broke her system. Direct communication between the 2 people she was playing against each other. She claimed she was at her sister's house. Her sister was at our house looking for her. And in that moment, we both knew exactly what that meant. She was neither place. And we both knew why.